In this episode of Gav Details, we're going to be reviewing the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. As you can see, it comes with a wider opening to fill with water and soap and a wider base so that it does not tip over. There's a little bit of assembly required. You get the lance section here, and depending on your connection with the pressure washer wand or short gun, it depends on what you're using. So we're going to put a little bit of Teflon tape here on the threads, and this is obviously the quick disconnect that gets threaded onto here, and then your standard 1/4 inch quick disconnect there. So it does come with a flexible like distribution tube with a stainless steel ball on the end here that has a mesh filter, so that should help weigh it down in case you need to turn the foam cannon any which way. Another feature of this is that you have not only adjusting your spray pattern, which would be more of a stream if it's open and a selectable fan if it's closed, but the red section of the nozzle also turns so that you can adjust whether you want it to be horizontal or vertical. So MJJC sent me this foam cannon to review. They commented on one of my other foam cannon videos. I will link that above. That is discussing the Matt CC foam cannon that was modified with the smaller 1.1 orifice because I'm using an electric pressure washer. This particular unit comes with a 1.1 orifice nozzle as a spare part, so it actually comes in its own bag here. So as you can see here, spare orifice. The instructions tell you to fill the container with 100 milliliters of car wash shampoo and 900 milliliters of water. So there is markings on the bottle here. 500 would be here, and 1,000 would be up on top here, which still allows you the availability to mix up your product. So at the bottom of the instructions, it says this product is with new generation foaming technology. It creates good foam with a 1.25 millimeter orifice nozzle, working with as low as a 90 bar pressure washer. You won't need the 1.1 millimeter orifice nozzle, though it is provided as a spare in the package. If you want to replace the 1.1 millimeter orifice, make sure your pressure washer is between 90 and 110 bar, which would be somewhere between 1300 and 1600 psi. Anything over that, you should be using the included 1.25 orifice nozzle. And if you have anything that's over 2200 psi, you should be using a 1.35 millimeter orifice, and that is available on their MJJC Max model only. So we're not going to include the installation of the 1.1. We're going to test it the way that it comes. I will go ahead and put the 100 milliliters. It's about 3 ounces of car wash shampoo. We're going to be using the Adams Car Shampoo, and I'll go ahead and measure that out. Okay, so I have 2 rounds of the Teflon tape on the threads here. I'm going to bring in the orifice that I removed from the Matt CC foam cannon, which you can see. This is the one that comes with the MJJC and the Matt CC here next to it. You can kind of see it is a little bit larger So we're going to go ahead and put the distribution tube here. As you can see on the bottle, we have filled to the first line here, the Adams Car Shampoo, and then I'm going to use a bucket to fill up to the 1,000 milliliter mark here. So the unit is now completely put together. The quick disconnect has been threaded onto the lance. The feeder tube is obviously on the inside, and we have mixed up the soap to where there should be none really sticking to the bottom. And it is filled to the 1,000 milliliter watermark. So we're going to be using this on my truck. Keep in mind it's about 45 to 50 degrees currently. The truck is in the shade, and it does have one coat of G-Technic Crystal Serum Light and one layer of Exo V4. So we're going to foam it on with the truck dry and see how it does. Again, super thick foam is more visual than anything. You want somewhere in between a runny or a thin foam and a thick foam. So we'll cut to that. Electric pressure washer Ryobi, 1600 psi, 1.2 GPM. I have a 50-foot Cobra Jet hose from Obsessed Garage, and I have the MTM SGS 28 short pressure gun. And the knob on top of the foam cannon is turned all the way to what would be the most amount of suds. And we'll start with a vertical, relatively narrow fan. So I'd say the performance is pretty good. The foam is thick and seems to cling even to a vehicle with a ceramic coating. If you're working in the shade, this is a good long dwell time if you want to go around with your soft detail brush and get anywhere around the mirror, emblems, any of the hard to reach spots. One thing I did notice is we used about Well, it's currently at 400 milliliters, so we just used 600 milliliters of mixed product to foam down, I'd say about 90% of a full-size truck. The roof and the windshield not exactly isolated here, just the sides, the front and the back. So we switched to the horizontal pattern here. I mean, it doesn't get any more simpler than that. You know, soap and water and a MJJC foam cannon, an electric pressure washer, and you have pretty thick foam right out of the box. No need to modify it. You could use more soap, less soap. You could use less water. Just remember, I used warm water in the bottle just to help, you know, kind of atomize the soap here. You can see here, you know, medium and small cell bubbles, if that makes a difference. Again, you know, we're just pre-treating and hoping to rinse away any of the loose, you know, sand and dirt and any type of other debris that may mar the surface during the contact wash. So I'll put a link for the products in the description. If you use any of the Amazon links, it does help support the channel with a small commission. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and for more detailing videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks.